Get ready for media attention. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. How to really position yourself for media attention. Get media ready. That's what we're talking about. And as you know, anytime that your business or your personal brand gets featured in media, guess what? Their credibility gets attached and associated with your business. And it's an audience that you haven't had exposure to that now you get to get exposure to, which can lead to new customers and new leads. That is the importance of media attention. So, hey there, it is Sharvette Mitchell. I'm super excited to be here with you today. Listen, we are doing this segment live over in Marketing Tips with Sharvette Facebook community. So I'm just going to make sure that everyone knows that we are here. And so I'm going to go ahead and drop that in the comments there. If you are not a part of our Facebook community and you are a woman in business who's saying, hey, I want to work on my marketing tips, join us over on Facebook. Marketing Tips with Sharvette is the group. So that's the live broadcast. But hey, thank you to those that are checking this out later by way of our YouTube channel, our podcast, and our blog. And so I'm Sharvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions, which is a marketing and professional development firm. And very simply put, we work with women entrepreneurs. Sometimes a few lucky men get sprinkled in, all around kind of three key things. Positioning your expertise, getting more visible, making more money. I could say more and I'll share more later, but that's the crux of it. So today we're going to be chatting and talking about how to position yourself for media attention. Now, let me just say off the top, I'm coming at this from a couple different angles and a couple different perspectives. So, number one, some of you know and are connected with me because I host the Sharvette Mitchell radio show, which is a media outlet. Literally, actually started live in studio, 1540 a.m. down on Broad Street in Richmond, Virginia, headphones in the studio, all of that. And then later on, transitioned to internet radio, which also converted us into podcast. And now we live stream the show. So I'm coming from the angle of someone who is a media outlet. That is one angle. But then also on the other side of it, as a business owner, as a marketing coach and marketing consultant, I am a proponent of telling our clients and advising our clients to seek media attention. I have some of my own media attention. If you went over to our main website, which is sharvettemitchell.com, you can see some of our media logos. So I'm coming from both angles. Now, let me just say that this does not replace those of you that are absolutely PR experts, PR firms, public relations firms, this conversation will help you if you're at a place of, hey, I'm ready to pay for PR and a PR firm. This conversation will make sure that you are ready for that you are positioned for that. So I shout out and I love all the PR reps. This does not replace you. This is just getting people ready to work with you. And speaking of which, you might notice those that are watching this, I'm wearing a lovely red t-shirt that has communicate on it. Shout out to Heidi Wilson, who is a PR professional. This is her brand. So if you know Heidi or you're watching this, tag Heidi and say, hey girl, we see your brand. So again, shout out communicate, which is a brand of Heidi Wilson, a PR representative. And I am wearing her shirt. All right, so let's jump on in. Let's get into the meat of this. If you're just coming on in, we're going to be talking about how to position yourself for media attention. I'm going to be sharing 6 tips that's going to really help, in particular, service-based entrepreneurs, consultants, therapists, coaches, get media ready and be ready for the spotlight before it finds you or before you go and find it. If you're ready, just type ready. If you're ready, just type ready. Hey, Vanessa, thanks for popping in. Hey, Lynn. Thanks for popping in. Greetings to you. Shout out to all those that are here. If you're ready, just type ready. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in to this conversation here around being media ready. So number one of the first places I want to start is that you want to make sure that you nail kind of your message before media finds you. You want to be getting ready and be ready instead of waiting for like a media feature or media request. Listen, I see the readies in the comments. You want to be have your message, have your thoughts together, have quotes together, have your leadership thought around different things and different topics. You want to have that together before you get a media request. You don't want to wait for a media request and then you're trying to figure things out and figure out your brand story. You want to practice, how do I want to be positioned during interviews? What product or service do I want to draw attention to? What part of my journey and my story and my expertise do I want to be featured in media? So you want to think about that before you actually get media attention. So number one is nail your message before media finds you, or before you actively go out and seek media. Because here's what happens: media opportunities, in particular in the traditional media space, move very fast. They move very fast. Hey, Paulette, we see you. She's saying ready. Media opportunities in the traditional media arena move very fast. So I'm talking about like your local news, local radio. You literally could get a call saying we want to feature you and they need you on the 6 o'clock news, and you might get that call at 12 noon that day. I'll give you a prime example. Locally here, TV6, so CBS 6 has a Monday motivation, or they had a Monday motivation spot. And I had submitted, I pitched for it. It was like, hey, I'd like to be featured on the Monday motivation. Didn't hear anything. All of a sudden on a Friday, so we're talking about Monday motivation, right? All of a sudden on a Friday, probably about 4 o'clock on a Friday, I was literally out of town at a retreat in Portsmouth, Virginia. Literally, I get an email and a call from one of the producers for CBS 6 Virginia this morning, and they were like, hey, can you be in studio at 9 a.m. on Monday to shoot the Monday motivation, and we're going to air it at 12 noon. That was 4 o'clock on a Friday. I did not have time to get my thoughts together. I had to say yes and let's go. Here's the other thing. Here's the other powerful thing, and this is going to spill over into another tip. Is once they contacted me and we secured it at 4 p.m. on Friday, by the 6 o'clock news, they had grabbed a video from my Facebook and or YouTube channel, was showing the video. They grabbed my title from off of my website, and they were like, hey, check out Sharvette Mitchell in Monday's Motivation. It happened literally that quick. So number one tip, if you're just coming on in, we're talking about being positioned for media attention, because media, when you get featured on media, any kind of media, traditional, large, big, small, their brand gets associated and attached. Their credibility gets associated and attached to your business. That is why it is important for business owners. Matter of fact, it's one of the things that we talk about in the Platform Builder program. It's one of the parts of my framework that we teach and consult clients on. And if you're interested, like, hey, what's the Platform Builder program? There is a pinned comment down below that you can find out more information and get on the wait list to hear when our next opening is for that. So number one, nail your message. Be ready before media comes, so that way when things are moving fast, you can move fast with them. And you want to be clear and be able to articulate your message, your story, your products, and your services, because that's going to make you easier to book and easier to quote. Because remember, media is always looking for sound bites. Y'all, this is good already, and I'm just on number one. Hey, Elmira, I'm just on number one. Hey, Pat. And listen, Pat Chapman is here, and she's gotten a lot of media attention. Lynn Lewis is in the audience. She's gotten a lot, one of our Platform Builder clients. She's gotten a lot of media attention. All right, and let's go to number two. Your online presence is your first pitch. This is tip and thought number two as we think about how do I position myself for media. Your online presence is the first pitch. So before a media outlet contacts you or reaches out to you, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go check you out. They're going to check you out. They're going to look at your website. They're going to look at your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your YouTube. They're going to Google you more than likely. And what does your online presence say about your expertise? Ooh, that's either a ouch or amen. Are there any videos that show you speaking? So think about it. As a producer, someone producing a TV, a news broadcast, and they want to bring you on to get your thought leadership around something that's going on in the community. They want to know, can you talk and are you articulate? So having even video, that's why we tell y'all to do video. That's why we tell y'all to do video, right? I know a lot of y'all don't like it, but it helps you be prepared for other opportunities. So they're going to look around before, more than likely, before they even reach out and contact you. So number two, your online presence is really the first pitch. It's the first line of defense, right? Do you have professional pictures? Because if they're going to feature you, a lot of times they're going to share your pictures. Do you have professional video? I just gave the example of CBS 6 without me having to send them anything, pulled video and was running it on the 6 o'clock news after a 2 hour conversation with no input from me. Do you have these things in place? And that your digital footprint and your visual branding should look the part, and it should be attractive to media so that they can just, if they need to, just swipe and grab it. Now, I will say that a lot of times they may ask for your pictures and things of that nature, but sometimes they may not. They may assume if this is a part of your digital footprint, you put it out, we can swipe it and we can grab it. So you want to make sure your bios are strong. You want to make sure they're updated because they may not ask for your bio. They may assume the bio that is on your website is accurate. Ooh, ouch or amen. And when was the last time you checked it? And I know as a podcast host, now 750 some episodes plus in, I have, we ask for bios, but it used to be a time back in the day I would just go to the website because I would assume, okay, well, if your bio is there, and I can tell you a number of times I'm reading things in bios, and it might say the person was married for 10 years, and like, oh, actually, it's 15 years now, or they're correcting me about their bio, which should have been correct already. So, great quality photos, strong bio, and consistent messaging. So, if they come check you out, if you're a leadership consultant, those themes should be in the content, in your digital footprint, in your blogs, and all of that. If you are a child care expert, then that should come up and should be visible in your online presence. That's number two. If you're just popping on in, I'm Sharvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions, a marketing and professional development firm. And very simply put, we are helping leaders position their expertise, get more visible, make more money. All right. So number three, as we talk about being positioned for media attention, being positioned for media attention, you want to create what I call a media bio or a short bio. This is going to help you be positioned and ready to go. Lynn Lewis is saying this is good already, right? This is going to help you be positioned for media attention because media professionals, media outlets, they're busy. They are busy. And so your bio needs to very succinctly tell what you do, who you help, why you're different, a little bit about your story. And guess what? You don't want to send over a 2-page bio for the media outlet to figure out what to say because in most cases, they are not reading your entire bio and they're not reading the entire bio as your introduction. That's why you need a media bio. So what is a media bio? This is a shortened version of your bio, more in an introduction style. So you want to think 3 to 6 sentences. That's something that you want to do. Now you can have your full bio on your website. But if you're thinking about media and being positioned, you want to have a short bio that is ready to go so that it's memorable and it's quotable and it's easier to introduce you. And I can tell you that again from somebody who has done, I would say at this point, so 750 some podcasts. However, when I first started the radio show, I was interviewing three guests a show. Then I moved to 2 guests a show, and now I feature 1 guest a show, which means it's probably closer to like 900 interviews. So I can tell you as a media outlet, a shorter bio is better. And then here's the other thing. I'm giving y'all some juicy stuff now. Here's the other thing. You don't want the media outlet or the podcast interview or the video interview or the magazine producer to pick out of your bio what they think is important. You want to direct the narrative of that. Because sometimes, have you all ever spoken somewhere. Hey, Pastor Kathleen, have you ever spoken somewhere and they kind of, I see the hearts coming up already. They kind of picked and choose, what they wanted to say out of your bio, and you're probably sitting there like, that's not what I mean. I did that stuff, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, or that doesn't align with where my focus is. So that's why you want to direct that. So let's keep it moving on to number four. Number four, as we talk about get media ready, how to position yourself for media attention. So number four is be a storyteller. Be a storyteller. So media attention, any media, again, and here's the thing. Let me sidebar right here. A lot of times, what happens is people want for media attention. They want the only large, really huge platforms, right? So you're like, oh, I only want to be on, whoever the syndicated radio show that you listen to, or I only want to be on Good Morning America, or I only want to be on, some of these very large media outlets. However, every single media opportunity counts. And here's the thing: media begets media. Media begets media. The more media you do, the more media you will get. So don't be in a place of, well, I only want the big opportunities when you do a podcast, you don't even know how to look at the camera. You're looking at the monitor and your eyes look crooked on screen. But if you've done some of the smaller podcasts and smaller videos, when CBS 6 calls you, you will know how to look at this camera and not at the monitor. All right, I'm preaching already, but I don't know if y'all ready for this. I don't know if y'all ready for this right now. I don't know if y'all ready for this right now. FYI, those of you that are watching this in the Marketing Tips with Sharvette Facebook community, Facebook deletes this video in 30 days. So I would encourage you to make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Sharvette, youtube.com/Sharvette, because you can come back to this content. So number four is be a storyteller, because media is looking for emotion, transformation, real life relevance, real life stories, and stories that really inspire, or they educate, or they're going to connect with their viewers, their readers, their listeners. That's attractive to media outlets. So for instance, if someone comes to me and says, I want to come on the Sharvette Mitchell radio show because I have a new book that I want to promote, really haven't told me much about where's the story, what is the benefit to my audience. So that is not a way that you want to you want to pitch. You don't want to pitch by saying I want to come on your show and sell. That's actually called advertising, and you pay for advertising. All right. So if you're getting media attention though in public relations and in this space, storytelling is what you want to lift up. So your story is the entry point. Then that gives them an opportunity to ask what you do and to share products and services. But the more authentic and articulate that you can be, the more likely and more attractive you'll be to get booked for media features. So that's number four. As we talk about positioning yourself for media attention, and so again, I'm coming from the lens of someone that has hosted a media outlet for how many years now? 750 some episodes. Also, I'm coming from the angle and the lens of someone who also gets media attention. So I just pulled some of the stuff up here. These are just some, we've been talking about online, but however, so this is Spotlight Atlanta. It was an online article I got featured in, and I also got the print version of it. Similar to that is Canvas Rebel, so online, and so some of the online magazines also have print versions. I can continue on. So this was WYB Lifestyle Magazine. Did a whole spread. Do you notice any trends that you see here? Do you notice any trends here? A lot of photography is being used. That's why we are huge proponents with the Sharvette Mitchell, with the Platform Builder program, of making sure that our clients have 75 plus pictures, because here's another magazine here. Shout out to Cheryl Palute Williamson. So as we talk about visual branding, which was one of the other tips, it used to be a time where maybe if you're going to be featured on Oprah and the Oprah magazine, they're going to send out a photography team who's going to come do a photo shoot. That is not what we are seeing these days. They're expecting you, the media outlets are expecting you to have your own photography. And matter of fact, in both of these instances, actually all of these features, they ask for 7 to 10 pictures. And let me know in the chat if you have been featured in media and they requested for you to send in pictures. All of those magazines that I just popped up, again, ask for 7 to 10 pictures. So your one headshot is not going to do it. Your one headshot is not going to do it. Again, that's why with our platform builder clients, we do a full brand photo shoot. There's a link posted there that you can hear more about the platform builder program. Because I know you've heard, if you've been hanging around, you're like, what is this? Who is this for? Well, it's for the woman business owner that's providing professional services, but maybe you feel a little unpolished. Maybe you've been hiding behind your marketing and hiding behind the scenes. The platform builder program is definitely a marketing and visibility group coaching program that provides a comprehensive experience, right, for building and growing your personal brand. And so, unlike maybe self-study courses or other maybe siloed marketing programs, we offer guided support in a safe community and tangible outlets and tangible outputs. So you can find out more at platformbuilder.biz, which is linked below in the comments below. All right, so let's keep it moving. Y'all, do y'all remember what number we're on? Do y'all remember what number we're on? All right, so we just covered number 4. We're going to 6 of how to position yourself for media. So here's number 5. You want to be visible, then vocal. All right, so there's one thing, there's one element of being visible. I see you in the comments. There's one thing about being visible, but then you also have to be vocal. So you don't want to wait for media pitches, right? You want to start positioning yourself as an expert or a leader in the arena that you're in, and you want to own some of your own media. I know that was a tongue twister, right? And so what does that look like? Facebook Live, this is a media. What I'm doing right now, this is video, is a media outlet. Blogging, if you have a blog on your website, how many times have bloggers been cited? How many times have articles been cited in the news? Blogging is instant publishing, it's instant writing. Podcast, that's a media outlet. So you don't have to wait for media attention from an outside outlet. You can decide to become media. You can decide to turn into media, and you should have some of your own media and some of your own content, because here's what happens. Journalists, podcast hosts, magazine writers, producers, they're looking for experts online. And so if you have content, they can run across your content to then say, oh, okay, well, this is someone that aligns with a story, a feature that we want to do, and they can find you, or you can be recommended. But if you're not posting, you're invisible to them. So you want to have your own. So you, from this point forward, you don't want to just think about, oh, I'm just posting, I'm just doing this. No, you're creating your own media. You're creating your own digital footprint. In particular, when we talk about live streams, videos, blogs, and podcasts. But guess what? Even social media is still media. That's why the word media is inside of social media. All right, I think y'all get it. I think y'all get it. Absolutely. Thank you. We're on number 5. Thank you, Dr. Hyman. Thank you for popping on in here. All right, Elmira said, I have Humana magazine asked for multiple photos. Thank you. And I hope I didn't pronounce Huamina, Huami magazine. She was featured in that, Elmira, and they asked for several photos. That is the trend. So your one little headshot is not going to cut it. Again, if you're thinking, I want to be ready for media, be positioned for media. Again, shout out to Heidi Wilson. She is a PR rep. So if you're like, I want to work with a PR professional, check Heidi Wilson out. And I'm actually wearing her brand Communicate. So shout out to her over there. All right. So that's number 5. Now we're coming up to number 6, where we're going to kind of land this plane and bring this plane in. And let me mention, I forgot, I tried to have some visuals for you all. So as we finish up that last one around your own media, shout out to Monique A.J. Smith. She did that. She created her own magazine. Significance in Athletics and Sports magazine. She's a very niche industry where she helps those that are in college and women in particular get into sports management. She created her own magazine. So, this is oh, and I ran an ad in it. Hello, hello. So you can create, doesn't have to just be digital. Shout out to Linda Carter. She spoke at our last Platform Builder Summit and will be back as a VIP guest. She's a realtor. And so there's this great magazine that came in the mail from me. And so, again, just broaden your perspective around media that you can also drive the wheel and drive the boat here. All right, sixth and final tip here. Media builds your brand even if you're not famous yet. Here's that point. So some of you might feel like you might be listening. You're like, oh, this is cute, Sharvette. This is cool. But I don't have 1 million followers. I don't have 10,000 followers. I don't have all of the things perhaps that I see other people having. Does it make sense for me to even be interested in media? The answer is absolutely yes. It's not about the number of followers. It's about if you are media worthy. And that is related to your message and to your thought leadership. So you need a message that matters and confidence to share the message. That's it. That's a quote right there. And if you share, you better tag. You better tag me. You better quote me. You need a message that matters and the confidence to share it. The follower count does not equate to you getting media attention. There are people here that probably have less than 5,000 followers and could list a couple of media features that they have been in. Yes, 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 yes. And I invite you in the chat and in the comments wherever you are to let us know, like testify, like, hey, I don't have a huge following, but I've gotten media attention. And if you're listening to the podcast version, there's a place where you can click send me a text and you can let me know. So it's not about the following. It's about around your message and in the confidence to share it. And so media mentions, as a reminder, and as again we land this plane, they give instant credibility to your business, to your brand. It also helps with search engine optimization so that when people are looking for you on Google, and I encourage you actually this is an action item for everyone. When you finish watching, go Google yourself. Go Google yourself and ooh, my phone is ringing. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Go Google yourself, and you might see some media attention that you have that you forgot about, or that you did, but you didn't know that there was an article out there or that there was a link for your media attention. So that is an assignment for you. But when you are connected to any type of media outlet, again, big or small, it's going to give some instant credibility. It's going to help with search engine optimization. And it's also leverage in your industry. You can update your bio. And this, guess what? This could be off of one solid feature. So your media attention does not expire. It does not. You might say, well, I got featured in NBC. I got featured on NBC. Oops, hold on, y'all. My phone is ringing. I hope that did not throw off I hope that didn't throw off the internet. You might have been featured on NBC. You say, oh, like 5 years ago. Well, guess what? It's still featured in NBC. That it doesn't disappear because there's time and there's date on it. It is timeless. Media attention is timeless. So that's it for today. I usually try to keep these under a certain number, but get media ready. How to position yourself for media attention. I just broke down 6 key tips in particular to help service providers and women entrepreneurs and business owners that provide professional services like coaches, therapists, and consultants get media ready before the spotlight finds them or before they go look for the spotlight there. And again, if you are interested in hearing more about the Platform Builder program, which again, a part of our 6-part framework, one part is media attention. And we do have Platform Builder clients that absolutely can let you know that yes, they are getting media attention. And so who is the Platform Builder program for? It's for the woman business owner who's providing professional services, who feels maybe unpolished, maybe hiding a little bit from the marketing. The Platform Builder program is a marketing and visibility group coaching experience that provides a comprehensive experience for building and growing your personal brand. Really unlike self-help or self study courses or maybe one off marketing programs, we actually give you guided support in a safe community and with tangible outputs. You'll be able to look back from working with us for 12 months to say, I did this, this, and this, and I've got some proof in my hand. So jump over, join our wait list to hear about the next open enrollment for this program. You can go to platformbuilder.biz, or check the link in down below. All right. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And gentlemen that may be listening and watching in, let me just check the comments. Thank you. I see this is good. Yep, yes, Dr. Hyman has media attention. Absolutely. This is good. Awesome. Thank you. Elmira said awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Pastor Kathleen, who's been being scribing over here in Marketing Tips with Sharvette Facebook community. All right, it's a wrap for today. We will see you all later on the web. Again, thank you for those that may be checking this out in the YouTube version. Go ahead, hit subscribe. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Or if you're listening to the podcast, go ahead and subscribe and leave us a good review. And again, this is Sharvette Mitchell with CEO of Mitchell Productions. We are in our 8th year, full-time business owner, walked away from a 25-year career in corporate America and have been steering the ship for Mitchell Productions ever since. A 7-time visionary author, working on our 8th book collaboration right now that's in editing. Have 8 conferences under my belt. We're going into our 9th conference, the Platform Builder Summit, in November, and graduate of Virginia Commonwealth University with a degree in marketing. So I'm right in my lane, and that's a little bit about me. If you hung around to this part and you're like, I didn't even know who this person was, well, there you have it. All right, we'll see you all later on the web. We'll be back. Bye.